So along the way, you were, I'm sure, high potential talent as well. Were there leaders that inspired you?
I think the most important, often undersung folks were the peers. Peers who would often coach me on things that they were good at that I wasn't, and I would try to do the same for them. You know, one that stands out was a very early leader, and I had the opportunity to sit down with her. She was, I want to say, 3 levels up from me in the organization at the time, and I was just a few years out of school, still learning the ropes. And she gave some strong feedback to my boss at the time, and the feedback was great. It was, he's smart, he's articulate, doesn't know when to shut up, didn't actually let me speak, and I'm the one in the room, right? And that was a huge lesson for me that I was able to incorporate.
In terms of, leaders overall that, kind of inspire me, it's those that have, have the odds against them and have, persisted through, whether it's stiff competition, regulations, nobody believes in them. So just some names that came to mind were, Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, Jeff Bezos, and yes, I do happen to drive a Tesla, own an iPhone, and I've been a Prime member since 2012. So
there you go. So you're living your...
I live those, and it helps me to, have somebody that has it worse than we do, and be able to look, guys, look what this organization's doing, look where they were, look where they are now. If they can do it, we can too.
I recently went to an event, and Sara Blakely, the founder of Spanx, was the guest speaker.
Oh, wow.
And I was blown away. Her messages were so interesting and really resonated with me. And she talked about taking risks, not being afraid to fail. She said things like, don't worry about what anyone thinks of you, seek validation from no one. And I think as a woman, especially, those are important messages to hear.
My mentor was then Professor Julia Slingo, who was our chief scientist at the time. She was fantastic because she helped me to overcome my own, if you like, areas of difference to the organisation. I certainly wasn't a clone, if you like. Typically, people in our organisation have come from the scientific domain or the government domain, and I hadn't come from either. So Julia helped me in a whole plethora of ways to overcome, if you like, often my own fears. And develop the skills I needed to progress and ultimately get a operating board director's role.